Yo, what's up guys, Memory here. I know you guys are probably waiting on this video and this video, but we gotta talk about something. Obviously, if you've seen the thumbnail, you know what I'm about to discuss. The Weiss vs. Mitsuru death battle that's about to come up. If you're reading my attitude that just came on my face, you can kind of tell what I'm getting at. We all know Weiss is gonna win this. Now, my statement has absolutely nothing to do with me being a RWBY channel. Scratch that. I think it's because I'm a RWBY channel I know she's gonna win this. Because if any RWBY fan or any person that follows Rooster Teeth knows this, everyone knows that Rooster Teeth is working with Screw Attack. You can even read it in their bio where they clearly say, Death Battle is one of the many shows among the Rooster Teeth family. And what IP is owned by Rooster Teeth? RWBY. So you tell me, do you really think that Mitsuru is gonna win this against a character that is owned by the very people that is making this video? Now, I could just end the video right here, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go over some lore between these characters as to why I think Mitsuru should win. And then, at the end of this, I'm gonna make a bet with you guys. So, let's get started. So let's start with Weiss. Now come on guys, we all know Weiss to a T. We've seen volumes 1 through 6 and we know what she can do. So as we all know, Weiss' main weapon is Mirror Tenester, as well as using her glyphs. Now in every single fight, her glyphs have shown to either give her a lot of speed, stop an opponent in their tracks, even entrap a foe, and even summon. And on a rare occasion, a very rare occasion, time dilation, as well as use dust like fire, wind, or ice. And aside from having all these awesome abilities, something that you would think that people would be afraid of, right? No. This girl, despite having all these abilities that she rarely uses or doesn't use at all as far as nowadays is concerned, she still gets one shot with ease. Weiss is someone that you would call
Ice Queen. The Ice Queen.
Ice Queen?
Why does everyone keep calling me that?
Oh, no, not that shit. Weiss is a glass cannon. One's aura is a projection of one's semblance, am I right? So the more she keeps using her semblance, her aura is going to keep depleting. Weiss doing all this in, let's say, a minute fight, her aura will be so low, she will not have enough time to get this big boy up, provided if Mitsuru even gives her the time. Which I'm pretty sure it will most likely happen because they gotta show it off, right? But also, even though that Weiss has all these abilities, she does not show them off mid-fight. She can't think on the fly, her reflexes aren't as good as we thought they were, and every time when she loses, it's someone that A, has more power than her, or B, has more experience. And every time when we see Weiss, not even in maybe the most serious of fights, she's always getting tuckered out. Hell, in the fight against the Nevermore, she didn't get hit one time. She just kept using her semblance, getting weaker. So as we already seen in the show, she can't keep using her semblance for I guess maybe more than 8 charges until she's down. Till this day, RWBY canon, Weiss still has yet to beat anyone in a 1v1 fight. She lost to a man that used a trumpet.
Too bad all that money can't buy you skill.
Not to mention, she still to this day cannot take any hits that is any powerful than this. The only time where I've ever seen Weiss at peak or at her best is when she's with a team. And that is the most consistent thing with RWBY. These girls only win their fights when they're in a team, unless it's Yang. Yang is the only one that has shown that she can handle herself without a team. And if you're a RWBY fan and you're triggered by this, I don't understand why. Because not one thing that has come out of my mouth was a lie. Weiss is strong. She's done some ridiculous things in the past in RWBY. And yet she has lost every single fight, and it throws me off on how such an amazing character with such ridiculous abilities that seem really overpowered can come out to be like this person that almost gets killed when she's not getting backed up. Now, I know my analysis of Weiss has been negative up until this point, except for the beginning part of it where I showed off her abilities. It's because I don't see why Weiss and Mitsuru is a good matchup. And I'm going to tell you why, because we're going to jump into now Mitsuru, so I can show you guys on what I'm talking about. Now Mitsuru. I'm not saying that this girl is overpowered and that she can't lose fights. She's lost before, but still, Weiss is not a good matchup for her. It'd be interesting to see, but it still wouldn't be a good matchup anyway. And let me tell you why. Now, when it comes to Mitsuru, her fighting style is fencing, just like Weiss. Only difference is that she uses a persona. And the properties of every single persona in each game is used differently. Like how in Persona 4, they attack the card and then their persona comes out. Or like Persona 5, where they rip their mask off along with their skin. God damn, that's gotta hurt. And then their power comes out. In Persona 3, they shoot themselves in the head and then the persona comes out. Now, before your RWBY fans freak out, no, she can't take a bullet to the head. No, she's not immortal. Just like how her father was killed, she can die too. But yes, this is how Persona 3 users use their power. So unlike the other Persona users in Persona 3, she's the only person in the whole series that as a child, her persona came out and helped out her father because she was trying to protect him. Now even though she passed out later on, her persona, Penicilia, was able to defeat a shadow while she was still a child. While an adult with a gun got bitch slapped to the side like he was nothing. Here on in we have a Weiss character short of her before she got that scar on her face her still struggling with the small fry. In battle, she's always the brains of any operation that her team goes on. When her persona evolves into Artemisia, her strongest ice attack is Bakudan. Sound familiar, Ruby fans that have played Persona 5? So tell me this, equipped with Ice Amp, which is 50% plus on damage, as well as Mind Charge, which doesn't take that much time to charge at all, can Weiss tank that? I'm not even going to tell you if your answer's wrong or not. Just think of what I just gave you and compare it to this, and base your answer off of that. And not to mention, if she ever gets hurt critically, she can just heal all the way up. Mitsuru can use Dairahan, and this move can restore your health completely. And as you all know, Ruby characters charge very slow when it comes to their aura. Hazel is the only person in Ruby that has a fast charging aura. And the only reason why Weiss was able to pull off this shit is because Jean charged her after her getting impaled from behind. Also, Mitsuru can use Spirit Drain. Now, SP in abbreviation is special power. Special energy in this case would be Weiss's aura. Now, I know what some of you guys are probably thinking. SP, aka special power, only consists of magic, which is something that Ruby characters do not use. And as Weiss stated,
We have dust, semblances, but I mean, there's no such thing as magic.
you can use that argument, but a lot of people will interpret Spirit Drain as to be stealing someone's energy, or special power, which could actually be Weiss's aura. So imagine Weiss using her semblance throughout the whole fight, taking hits, and then getting her energy drained. If they put Spirit Drain in this fight and it works, and she still wins, my mind will be blown. Now, as far as I know of Weiss, she doesn't have any resistances to anything. Like, she doesn't have any immunities. And I'm sure a Persona fan will ask me, well, what about Tensorofu? This move can make Weiss panic. If Weiss starts panicking, then there's no way she's gonna win. Well, I don't know if Screw Attack's gonna use that, but if they do, then yes, that's another thing that they can use on Weiss. And no, Mara Corinne is not gonna work on Weiss because she's a girl. Mitsuru's a girl, they're not lesbians, so I'm sure Charm isn't gonna work on Weiss. Mitsuru could potentially fall in love with the protagonist in Persona 3, and Weiss had a thing for Neptune in Volume 2 of Ruby, so don't at me! And also, we need to take into account of a few things. First, Weiss is screwed because she can't see personas. She's not a persona user. As it clearly states in the Persona 3 universe, the Dark Hour is a hidden period of time. It is the time between one day and the next that appears only to those with the potential. Only Persona users can witness this. Ordinary humans are unaware of it. Also, how would this fight even take place to begin with? She would need to be in Mitsuru's world so that she can be a part of the Dark Hour. And even if she is in the Dark Hour, she can't see personas. And let's even say if she wins, because I'm sure she will, she wouldn't even remember what she was doing once the Dark Hour is over. Also, one other thing. To all the people that is saying that, oh, Mitsuru is gonna lose because her weakness is fire, she doesn't have a weakness to fire anymore. Her final form in Persona 3 did not have a weakness to it. Plus, Mitsuru can tank energy blasts like they're nothing, literally being in the middle of blasts and coming out to be almost unscathed. So her durability, if anything, is off the charts. I just don't see how this is a good matchup. I've literally went through this many times and seen every possibility. Weiss is done. Sure, Mitsuru even has her cons, but still, it does not matter. Anything that connects from Mitsuru, do you really think that Weiss is gonna survive it? Weiss isn't just like Miss 360 jetliners falling on your face Yang aura. Don't know where the fuck they got that from, but... So please tell me, how's Weiss gonna survive this fight? Realistically. Now, going on with my conclusion. Realistically, I don't see Weiss winning this. I've never even played Persona 3, and I know this woman can beat her. Weiss in Ruby nowadays does not use any of her skills from the previous volumes of Ruby. And let's say if she can still do them, why doesn't she do them? Is she just not thinking about them? Did she forget them in the middle of her training? That move that she did in the White trailer, why does she not use this in these fights that she has with other people? But she just doesn't do anything that she used to do in the past, instead now summons. And all her summons are weak. In the world of Ruby, anyone can beat a Grimm, even Oscar, who's 14. Mitsuru is 20 years old right now. Do you think that she hasn't seen more bloodshed than Weiss has by now? And as far as ice is concerned, Weiss's base attack wouldn't work anyway because Mitsuru is immune to ice. Weiss isn't. Sure, she can use her shield and counter, but still no resistance. Of course, Mitsuru can be beaten too. In Persona 3, you actually beat her when Aigis gets the wild card, but that's only because these Persona characters are on each other's levels. Current Weiss is not beating Mitsuru. And if she gets critically hurt, she can just use Dairahan to just heal all the way up, something Weiss's aura can't do. Weiss has no fallback options. She doesn't have anything to keep her aura completely up. She has no reserve options to keep her going in a fight. She will go down in a minute if she's facing a strong enough opponent. And if she loses, then this this whole upload's a waste of time. Volume 7 of RWBY is going to be coming out in October most likely. What, are we going to look at the whole volume as Weiss being a punk that lost to someone from a different franchise the whole season? So I doubt Screw Attack would make this video just because these girls share similar backgrounds in that they just both happen to love ice, just to make Weiss lose. So when you guys see this death battle when it comes out, please expect Weiss to win, because if she doesn't, the RWBY fan base get more pissed off than they already are because we're dealing with some nonsense right now regarding Crow. But I'm sure that's not going to be the case with what's going on here. They're not going to have Weiss lose. And come sometime June, they're going to make up some crazy shit and have her take that W. Now for the bet that I was talking about at the beginning of the video, I'm going to make you guys a bet, so hold on to your seats, because this is going to be a little big. If Weiss loses this death battle, I will react to one full season of any anime of you guys' choosing. You guys will put in the comment section below, and I'll just rate all 5 of them, and I'll put those 5 in the polls. But if Weiss wins, I'm leaving the RWBY community.